In this third lesson on finance, we're going to consider the possibility of compounding our interest more frequently than once a year. So if we have a look at this example over here, determine the value of 100 Rand will grow to in 5 years if the interest is calculated at 12% per annum compounded. First of all, let's just do it once a year. So our future value would equal our present value, 1 plus 12% to the power of 5. So 100 multiplied by 1 plus 0.12 raised to the power of 5, and your answer would be 176.23. Now, it is possible to work out our interest 4 times in 1 year. That's what quarterly would mean. Now, understand you're not getting 12% per quarter. It's still 12% per annum. But what we're going to do is work out the interest 4 times in 1 year. So our interest rate per quarter becomes 12% divided by 4. And the number of times we do a calculation, well, it's 5 years, but we do 4 calculations in 1 year. Okay, so our interest per quarter, 0.12 divided by 4. Our future value would be equal to 100. Our present value, same investment, plus 0.12 divided by 4 raised to the power of 5 times 4. Our interest rate is divided by 4 because we need the interest rate per quarter. But the number of calculations we do, 5 years, is multiplied by 4. So when we work that out, we have 100, 1 plus 0.12 divided by 4 raised to the power of 5 times 4. And our future value in this case becomes 180 Rand and 61 cents. Can you see we're getting more money here? And it's not that the interest rate has changed, but we are getting interest on our interest sooner. We're not having to wait till the end of the year to get interest on our interest. Now we're going to get interest on the first quarter, interest on the second quarter, interest on the third quarter and the fourth quarter, and therefore your future value is bigger. If we were to work out the interest compounded monthly, our interest rate would be 0.12 divided by 12. Our number of calculations, it's still 5 years, but this time in 1 year we are doing 12 calculations. So our future value here would be the 100, 1 plus my interest rate, which is 0.12 divided by 12. I'm doing calculations for 5 years and I'm doing 12 calculations per year. Sorry, that's divided by 12, not divided by 2. So when we work that out, we have 100, 1 plus 0.12 divided by 12 raised to the power of 5 times 12, which is equal to 181.67. So you can see the more frequently we calculate our interest and add it on, the more interest we're getting on our interest, and the greater our future value turns out to be. Now the compounding periods, generally speaking, we can use half-yearly, biannually, semi-annual, twice a year, quarterlies 4 times a year, monthly 12 times a year. We consider for our calculations weekly to be 52 weeks in a year and daily 365. Let's look at the next example. Sue invests $2,500 into a savings account that offers an interest rate of 6.25% per annum compounded quarterly. How much will she have after 8.5 years? Okay, so we're going to use our future value formula over here. The most important thing in this sum is to look for your compounding period. Okay, because your interest in this particular case is going to be 6.25%, 0.0625. We are compounding that quarterly, so our quarterly interest rate becomes 0.0625 over 4. Our number of calculations, well, it's 8.5 years, and we are doing 4 calculations per year. So when we calculate our future value, we're still using that formula, present value 1 plus I to the power of n. Our present value 2,500, 1 plus 0.0625 all over 4 raised to the power of 8.5 times 4. When we type that into our calculator, 2,500, 1 plus 0.0625 divided by 4, all raised to the power of 8.5 times 4. And we get 4,235 Rand and 21 cents.